you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that, but a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts if the money low.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
Okay, ready?
Mike finds the mic. He's scared.
On first down, Everett. It's complete to Watt.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On second down, it's Henderson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
It's third down and 5.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Everett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Everett. Throw left side complete. That's Watson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Here we go. Ken Lobo.
Let's go, D.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Everett firing quickly here, and that's complete. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. And ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Looking to throw. Everett. Trying to find Bruce, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
They'll run on first down. It's Stevens. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Seahawks.
On the ready. Finds the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On play action, they'll throw. That'll be caught by Rice. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming up.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's get that ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Let's go.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Ready. Naughty wolf.
All day, baby. All day, baby. All day.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Back to throw. Everett. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The last last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. So don't say nothing. Get it.
From the gun, Everett, incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
The Seahawks take over first and 10
We're going to work.
at their own 45-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
First down, Seahawks.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Seahawks 7, Rams 0.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Rams 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Ready?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I'm trying to collect. Hey, wahoo! Hey, 25 to my go.
2nd and 5.
Let's go, D.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing on first down, Everett, and he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up second.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much Coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Got it. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Operating from the gun, Everett. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Let's go. 18, Gator.
Here we go, G.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Hey, Orbit. Hey.
We got 25's the mic. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
2nd and 6. Floating one, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here we go. 47 Mike, 47 Mike. Mike 47. Record.
Now.
On third down, Everett. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
3 down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Looking to throw. Man open, Rice. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Hayward. 24 is the mark.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check. Lucky. Topper. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Ready. Now to go. Here we go. Single. Watch 14. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get it.
They're going to look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Get ready. Off. Put up.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Let's see what you got.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. This will be taken in at the 1. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Check, 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 check. 61. Max box. Max, let go.
On first down, Stevens. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. We got 3.
Now back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Bravo.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get it.
Off play action. Everett. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll drop to throw. It's caught by OBJ. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Rams take over.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Go now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, foxtrot.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want.
Let's go.
2nd and long. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Henderson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You know why this team showed up.
From the gun, Everett. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Operating from the gun, Everett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a 3rd quarter score. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On play action, they'll throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on first down. Stevens. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Man left, man left. Hey, we got 4. We got check 83, ball's going to 83. Slam, slam, slam. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to throw here. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
This is Henderson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Go!
Mike 5.
Now!
Looking to throw. Everett completes it to Watt. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Let's go!
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 5.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Everett looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
45.
Get it.
From the gun, Everett.
Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet.
And he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. Acott's right sideline in some space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 31 yards there and a first down. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
On first down, Glover. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Glover. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Go! 5 to play. 5. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Seahawks, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.